I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Months after Israel had vowed to kill Hamas leaders for the October terror attack that triggered the war in Gaza.
The political leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, is dead. The Israelis have not yet taken credit for the strike, but are, of course, likely behind it. We're still gathering details, but we know that Haniyeh was staying in a guest house in the Iranian capital when it was hit by a missile.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. In Iran, there are protests with chants of death to Israel. Iran's supreme leader vows revenge that Israel will face a harsh punishment. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says despite what happened, he's still focused on
getting to the ceasefire, which is manifestly in the interests of the hostages and bringing them home. It's manifestly in the interests of Palestinians who are suffering terribly every single day.
The Hamas leader's death comes hours after an Israeli strike in Lebanon killed a Hezbollah commander, following the weekend rocket attack in the Golan Heights that killed 12 children. Now, the former president may react to all that at a rally today.
Former President Donald Trump returning to Pennsylvania for the first time since an assassin tried to take his life.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson.
Now, Donald Trump will begin his day in Chicago and will be interviewed by journalists, including our own Harris Faulkner, before going to Pennsylvania State Capitol.
Now, he'll be at a National Association of Black Journalists convention. A Washington Post columnist stepped down as a co-chair because of the Trump appearance, opposing giving a platform to the former president. That's a lock him up anti-Trump chant at a Harris rally in Georgia.
So in this campaign, I will proudly put my record against his any day of the week.
The vice president, the presumptive Democratic nominee, will hold a rally in Pennsylvania next week with her running mate, though we still don't know who that is yet. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The Secret Service's new acting director says they failed in security lapses in the Trump assassination attempt, telling senators,
I have taken and will continue to take immediate steps to ensure we do not repeat those failures.
And Ronald Rowe says he went to the rooftop where the shots were fired and was ashamed, though some senators told Rowe he's not acting fast enough, firing those who failed in security.
Testimony from Secret Service Acting Director Ronald Rowe makes it even more apparent there were communication failures long before the July 13th rally. Rowe testified yesterday that his agency expected local counter snipers would guard the roof that gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks fired from. Rowe later admitted that his agency made a mistake, assuming that there would be eyes from local police.
Fox's CB Cotton in Butler, Pennsylvania, where the rally was. A legal victory for Texas keeps a floating border barrier in place on the Rio Grande River.
This after the Fifth Federal Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the barrier along the Mexico border can remain in place while a federal challenge to it is heard in a lower court. The decision overturns a previous decision by a panel of the court. The ruling is the latest development in a standoff between Texas and President Biden's administration over immigration on the state's 1,200-mile border with Mexico.
Fox's Ted Lindner. At the Paris Olympics, Simone Biles made history with her 8th career Olympic medal, the most for any American gymnast ever.
U.S. women's gymnastics is golden once again. Simone Biles and the United States took home gold in the team event on Tuesday. Elsewhere around the Summer Olympics, the U.S. team had to settle for silver behind Great Britain in the 4x200-meter freestyle relay. And in rugby sevens, the women's team stunned Australia with a stoppage time comeback, earning bronze for Team USA's first medal in the event. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
The U.S. leads the Olympic medal count in Paris with 26, 4 of them gold. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. 2-year-old dead follows an apparent drowning in Champaign County. The coroner says the child reportedly separated from his mother. Less than 30 minutes later, he was found by a family member in a pond near Carisbrook Apartments. An autopsy's been scheduled. Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell asking for forgiveness. It follows the deadly shooting of Sonia Massey during a Department of Justice community listening session. He said his department failed Sonia and didn't do their jobs. Authorities say Massey shot and killed July 6th by former Deputy Sean Grayson, who remains in custody. Illinois is working to improve access to pre- and post-natal care in order to close maternal health gap. The governor signed the Birth Equity Initiative into law. The bill designed to ensure competitive Medicaid reimbursement rates for community-based care providers who help new mothers before, after, and during birth. The maternal mortality gap refers to data that shows black women are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
And a good morning on this Wednesday. This is the last day of the 7th month. Ladies and gentlemen, it's August tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go into all of what August means in Champaign-Urbana with all of our 50,000 friends coming back to the University of Illinois.
We're in back-to-school mode.
We are starting. I went down 4th Street yesterday and all quiet. So still good.
Yeah.
Us townies kind of keep track of that, Gregory. We just want to know when the green light is on to go down 4th Street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know when I'm down there, when not to go through from a vehicle and pedestrian traffic standpoint.
Exactly.
So yes.
Well, and you just got people that apparently don't think hearing is important.
They got the earbuds in.
Yeah, the earbuds on. But I mean, you got bikes, skateboards.
And they're looking at their little handheld device.
Yeah.
And
of course.
Happens in my part of the world here too.
But we wouldn't want any way else. We want them all back. We love them. Huge. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier. He's good at this weather thing, and let's talk about that. Brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And Neighborhood Nights finale here at the end of July, 6:30 to 8. If you want to head to Meadowbrook Park over by the Interpretive Center off Ray Street, and you'll have to think out parking and things like that. But the Elderly Brothers perform from 6:30 to 8.
All right, Mr. Weather Guy, what are you thinking? We're going to get some of those red things today?
Yeah, certainly so. Yeah, you typically get these weather watches in, severe weather mode. They're normally in the afternoon and evening, but when the atmosphere is a little reverted and there's such a dome of hot and humid, saturated air lurking west and south, there's the slightest little wiggle in the steering currents and you're off to the races, as we saw yesterday morning and over the weekend. But this little hot ridge is getting a little closer to us, and hence the thunderstorm activity getting closer to us. And so here we go. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect till 12 noon today. ETA on the stuff that rides right down from about LaSalle, Peru, down to a little bit north of about Pittsfield there over southwest Illinois, closing in on Menard County right now. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect there till 7:30. So ETA would probably put that in here in the next hour and a half. So heads up around 8:30, 8:45, 9 o'clock northwest to southeast. And there's also development north of there, as far north as about just west of Rockford. So everyone will get into something this morning. It looks like probably the heaviest storms are probably a beam of Bloomington normal here, the Champaign area, and points west and south. So upstream, some wind gusts have been reported at 55 to 60 miles per hour, and some quick 1-inch downpours of rain too. So that's the story here heading through the early to mid morning. Later this afternoon, probably do it again in spots. The high later today up around 90, and humidity continues to come on up. We're currently 72 at Willard in Savoy, 75 on a tough low tonight, with a couple of showers and thunderstorms around this evening. After midnight again, and again maybe some heavy to locally severe weather can't be ruled out. Showers and thunder early and late in the day tomorrow. The high, partly sunny skies as well are hot and humid at about 92. 83, that's better, but humidity still up, and there's still more rain in the forecast on Friday. Finally, for the weekend, quiet, warm weather by day. 85 Saturday, 86 Sunday, 88 on Monday. Nighttime readings into the 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. We'll keep on the lookout for some of this possibly turbulent weather around Champaign County today. All right, so things in the Middle East are heating up even more. The head of Hezbollah killed in Beirut, Lebanon, overnight. Then the head of Hamas as Israel strikes in the heart of Tehran. But they bombed a soccer field and killed 12 kids. That's what they did over the weekend. So Israel was going to respond. And Hezbollah and Hamas, of course, funded by Iran, will respond to that. It's called escalation. And I think it shows you how technical and advanced Israel is if they just said, okay, we know where they are, we're taking them out. Trying to cut the head off the snake. And I think they just put new people in there that were the next in line. I don't think a lot changes. When Donald Trump got Soleimani, the general from Iran, that was a big deal because he was, in fact, a big-time bad man that killed a lot of Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's on. It's going to increase and escalate. There's no doubt about it. It's just how far we're going to go. And Israel is extraordinarily capable. And they're advanced they've got the nuclear weapon, God forbid. Iran does not, but they have friends that do. And so we got to pray that this doesn't go crazy on us, because then what? Then when does it stop? We know the Russia and China are aligned, and they're going to be aligned with Iran. And that puts it USA here and Iran, China, and Russia. We don't want to do that.
Oh, boy.
Meanwhile, weird is the word. We'll play that montage here coming up. I don't know how it works. I'm more fascinated by how the Democrats do it than I am what they're doing. How does every network that toes the line, I know it's MSNBC and CNN, and I'm not sure ABC, CBS, NBC got the main memo that they stuck with. I don't know. There's a montage of everybody saying how weird J.D. Vance is and how weird the team is. Trump and Vance. They're just weird. Okay? They're just weird.
A sense of disbelief or alienation in someone, suggesting something supernatural or uncanny is the definition
All right,
of weird.
I'm just going to play it. Here you go.
Some of what he and his running mate are saying, well, it's just plain weird.
These guys are just weird. That's where they are. As weird and creepy as J.D. Vance. A super weird idea from J.D. Vance. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's quite weird. They're just plain weird.
Just plain weird. Just plain weird.
That stuff is weird.
So how does that happen? I mean, how do they communicate? How does that work? I really want to know, because it's just really hard. You can text everybody, I guess, but that text will come out.
Right.
Somebody will leak something. But it's just amazing. It's like a maestro coming in front of an orchestra. Ready and go.
Right.
I mean, it's really...
It's weird.
It's weird. But it is frankly impressive. For them to be able to do that.
What's the organization that Soros, the billionaire, backs or whatever? I just feel like, could you send a clip to the organization and say, yeah, I'm, doing the copy points that you sent. Here's some proof. So send me a couple thousand.
Where's the bag money? More than that.
Right.
I mean, if people in taxis that my brother shared in Washington, D.C. are protesting, and they were talking, saying, what are we protesting? And they didn't know, but they were getting, was it $2,500?
Right.
This is real money.
Right.
So
and this was like some college kids that were not
showing
using
up,
their spring break. They were protesting instead because they could make some good money.
They didn't even know what they were protesting. But think about it, at $2,500.
Over here.
I mean, I said, my reaction when I heard it was $2,500. I said, well, what do I hold?
Right.
Where do I go? Show me the cash.
Especially in that stage of life, $2,500.
$2,500, and then what if I'm only there 3 hours, not 5?
Exactly.
What's going to happen?
Who are you checking in with?
I mean, it's just an impressive internal organization. So all these protests. You remember how we saw these protests in Iraq with Saddam Hussein, and everybody go nuts, and then you'd pan out. There'd only be like 100 of them, but it looked like thousands.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like that, where a lot of this is fabricated, instigated. You got fire starters, and it's a big money game.
Mm-hmm.
If Soros is giving billions of dollars, you know how much you can do with billions of dollars? You can get a lot of volunteers. They're going to go door to door with that kind of coin.
Right.
You get real passionate real fast if that's your job, and it's really easy, and all you got to do is, you probably believe in the cause, but maybe not. Brother Johnny and Ed Martin going to chime in bottom of the hour. There's a lot to cover today. We'll get that going on this Wednesday. Good news for St. Louis is they got a new guy back, a new old guy, and it worked out.
I think it was in 2006 that the St. Louis Cardinals drafted Tommy Pham.
And then they traded him. He's been to a lot of teams. But imagine if you're Tommy Pham and you're in baseball, you're making good money, a few $1 million a year probably. and you're playing for the White Sox. So you get traded to the Cardinals, who have a chance at the playoffs?
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. You like magic, Ricky?
I sure do, and we saw some last night, didn't we?
Well, let's listen.
With the bases full, 2 down. The 2-2 pitch to Tommy Pham is swung on, and there's a drive. Deep right center field. Way back. It's a grand slam. Welcome back, Tommy Pham. A grand slam pinch home run. How about that? Light up the night.
Tommy Pham hit a grand slam in his return. How about that? And the Cardinals beat the Rangers 8-1.
What a great moment at the ballpark it was. I mean, it was fantastic. It was electric at Busch Stadium last night. Tommy Pham got the opportunity and came through, and Cardinal fans really responded.
The Cardinals today go for a series win behind a rookie, Michael McGreevy, his major league debut against lefty Andrew Heaney. On the air at 12:20. Ricky has the lineups at 1:05. First pitch at 1:15, thrown by Michael McGreevy.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
Well, Cody Bellinger's back. He had a fractured middle finger, but was on the injured reserve list and got a big hit yesterday. This wasn't enough because Cincinnati Reds seem to be hot right now. 6-3 was the final over the Cubs. A 6-10 start over on US 105.9 with Kyle Hendricks on the mound. Speaking of the Reds, I have had a few people ask if you're still rooting for them.
I found out I was more of a Jacob Hurtubise fan, so I'm for Jacob Hurtubise wherever he plays. And right now, I'm a diehard Louisville Bat fan.
There you go.
AAA team for the Reds. And when he gets called back up, I'll be a big Reds fan again.
Absolutely.
So call me wishy-washy. But I guess I'm a Jacob fan more than I am anything else.
From middle May to middle June, that sure was fun.
Yeah,
when
big,
he actually got called up to the show.
6 weeks of Reds, man. They were my team. And now, good for you.
But see,
where's Jacob?
Every time I see the Cincinnati Reds playing, I'm like, should I look into? Nah. Okay.
Now, I check them out, and I kind of track them because kind of familiar with the players now, but not so much. I'm just more a Jacob fan.
Kansas City over the Chicago White Sox 4-3. They'll have a 1:10 start this afternoon. Tommy fans probably like, okay, it feels good to win.
He didn't start, so I bet he starts today.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. And when it comes to the medal count in the Olympics, USA on top with 26, then France with 20, and Great Britain with 16. I know China and Japan lead the gold count, but women's gold came our way in women's gymnastics.
Yeah.
Go Team USA.
Yeah, fun to watch. Simone Biles, 4'8" of her, and she's really... You know what it is? It's like you're interviewing the hobbits when they come to the microphone. It's like, holy cow. Our weather this morning brought to you by Busey. For over 150 years, member FDIC. Your Fox Business Minute is coming up next.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign, and Van Avis Saturday, and going to be an active round of weather this morning, back in this afternoon, and again for the day tomorrow. Series of disturbances advancing along the eastern flank of that heat wave weather pattern lurking to the west and south, and a surge of humidity and dew points as well. Heads up accordingly. So, with that in mind, a hot and humid afternoon, but not before. A couple of rounds of showers and thunderstorms this morning. Could be locally heavy and severe, and some heavy downpours and a rush of wind. Later today, the highs up around 90. Tonight, a couple of showers and thunderstorms this evening, and again after midnight, once again, a heavier locally severe storm. Can't be ruled out, low down to 75. Tomorrow, hot, humid, partly sunny. A couple of thunderstorms in spots for the morning, more so for the afternoon. Highs around 90. Still some shower and thunderstorm business morning and afternoon on Friday. Temperatures ease down. Humidity stays up. A Friday high at 83. Then finally, quieter weather. Humidity down a little bit for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Daytime readings in the mid to upper 80s. Nights in the 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stock futures are rallying ahead of today's Federal Reserve meeting wrapping up. The Fed is not expected to change interest rates, but could offer a better idea of when it will start cutting. Starbucks shares are higher, though its sales and profit declined again in recent months. Starbucks says it's making real progress on turning the company around, and it's working on speeding up service, adding new food and beverage options. Its competitor JDE Peet's, parent of Peet's Coffee and other brands, reported an upbeat quarter and raised its full-year forecast. T-Mobile's earnings and revenue topped expectations. Kraft Heinz is reporting a mixed quarter as sales growth was lower than originally anticipated, and Kraft Heinz says its customers remain cautious. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jim Coselda, invested in you.
I'm Dana Perino, co-host of The Five and co-anchor of America's Newsroom. Join me for my podcast, Perino on Politics. Vice President Kamala Harris is closing the gap, but is it enough for her to come out on top in November? This week, I'm joined by founding partner of Cavalry LLC and co-host of the Ruthless podcast, Michael Duncan, and we look at how things are heating up in this hotly contested presidential race. Available now on Apple, Spotify, and FoxNewsPodcast.com.
We're talking to Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group, and we're talking about the current market.
To me, it's the experience that you're talking about, Nate Evans. And your whole team has so many homes that they've sold.
This is something we've been trying to preach and send home for the last few years. I feel like during COVID, anybody could have sold a home. There's agents out there right now that are really struggling to put deals together. And the reason is they lack the experience to navigate volatile markets.
So somebody coming into this for the first time, what are their first steps?
Talk to an experienced agent to help them discuss next steps. We need to go get strong pre-approvals from local lenders. As soon as we know what we're working with, we can kind of start figuring out where we're going to fit into this market.
Call the only agent I would call, Nate Evans with eXp Realty, 217-239-7113, or just do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to the NateEvansGroup.com.
Do you need some extra cash? Are you getting the back-to-school blues with upcoming expenses? A special census is coming to campus residents around the University of Illinois. Make $18.83 an hour. Field representatives are needed August through November with Urbana's partial special census. Make $18.83 an hour. Visit usajobs.gov/jobs and look for the city of Urbana. Call 217-328-8264 for details. Or visit census.gov/communityjobs.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
All right, 7:24. Ed Martin, Brother Johnny coming up on a Wednesday. We always enjoy those talks, and they definitely emit reaction, which is good. Gets you thinking here this morning. Kamala Harris has changed her position on a whole lot of things, including fracking. I think they got with her and said, this isn't going to work, so we need to start. Here's what you say. And what would it be like to walk in everywhere you go, and this is a honeymoon, and everybody is screaming your name
and fawning
on you, and just I have no idea what that would feel like. Jim Edgar, former Illinois governor, told me when he walked into a gymnasium and they're chanting his name, it's just pretty surreal.
Yeah.
When everybody in that particular house loves you, it's a rare point in your life. I suppose a game winner in a sport. Everybody loves you that day.
Yeah.
And there's an hour where it just really must be incredible. I think a lot of people in Washington, I really do, they live in that bubble where everybody, their staff, everybody says how wonderful you are, and just you're just a great patriot, and you're great, and everybody has those people. Mm-hmm. And maybe you start believing it after a while.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you're on the TV, and you're on Fox, or you're on MSNBC, or CNN, or CBS, and you're kind of a big deal.
I know.
You
Fan blowing the hair.
Yeah.
You're getting makeup done.
And
you got a stylist.
Drivers, in some case, some protection.
Yeah.
Bodyguards of some kind. Maybe you hired your own, but you're a thing.
Yeah.
They open doors for you. You walk in, you shake hands, you sign a few things. That's your life.
Yeah, that's power
That would
there.
be pretty intoxicating. But right now, Kamala's going into these places. There's people showing up. This is a totally manufactured deal. It is just totally, here's our person, make it work. Make up! All right, here's what you say. You just say you're all for gas, you're all for fossil fuels, you're all for that. Got to say that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to call the progressives. We're going to tell the squad, this is what we have to do.
Yeah.
Got to get you in.
Yeah.
And once you get you in, we get some things done.
That's right.
That's what we're doing. Truly believe that's how it's happening.
Boy, I mean, that's really scary that the narrative has changed so much and there's so much flip-flopping going on.
Well, again, how many people even know Kamala Harris?
Right.
They probably do now. Been a couple of weeks. But before, man on the street, man on the beach, wherever you would go, I'd see that nobody knows. What do you think about Kamala? Who's that?
Actually going to dig and find out her record?
Nobody knows the vice president. They didn't know Mike Pence. They don't know. Vice presidents don't do anything. They kind of are there in case. And in this case, it was her turn. She was next. Barack Obama was slow to endorse. Probably wanted to get to the convention and have a little more open. And then money started coming in. There was euphoria because they had a candidate that could stand and speak because they didn't before. And so, whoa, she's attractive. She's got energy.
Right.
Just read the teleprompter. Don't be going off on coconuts falling from trees in passage of time. Just no. We're done with that. Okay, even though it's out there, we're not going to run it. We're not going to get that in. 80% of the media won't run that. So you got a good setup, and I think she's got a bona fide chance to win because of the machine, not because of Kamala Harris, because that's the person. I think you put Joe the plumber in there, and he could win. I mean, you could put a lot of people in there that could win. There's just not much. Her saying, I'll put my record against Donald Trump. Donald Trump was president 4 years, and there were a lot of good things that were happening.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
Well, I took it as a jab to his record on the law. I mean, when she said that.
Well, she needs to use 34 felony counts. He's a felon a little bit more. I thought that's the whole plan.
Right.
The whole plan of getting him convicted was so they could say felon.
And then who will the VP be for the VP?
Tim Walz from Minnesota. I don't think that's advantageous strategically. I think they got to go Josh Shapiro, Pennsylvania. Don't they?
Well, Tim Walz is the one that started the Just Weird stuff.
Yeah, he brought the weird up, and they loved it because the reaction he got.
Right.
But, you can name call me, and I can Pee Wee Herman you. I know you are, but what am I?
Right.
I mean, you want to start name calling, but they got to do something about J.D. Vance because he represents the voter they counted on. And you can't go to the other side of the tracks and get that struggling family to vote for Trump. That would be bad because Trump oppresses you, and he's Hitler, and you don't want you'll lose all your freedoms. What proof do you have that I'll lose all my freedoms?
Yeah.
It is just not true.
It's getting out there, though. I don't know whether it's the TikTok and the 40-second clip of news is all they consume on some of these young people.
That's what you get. In fact, I got a random text last night offering me a job with TikTok. We have great openings, great opportunities. Would you like to hear more? I don't know if they said my name. I think they just got a bunch of texts. A whole bunch of phone numbers, but TikTok is apparently hiring.
Oh, God.
And TikTok's running these. If it wasn't for TikTok, we couldn't help the children. I mean, these fundraiser things and stuff like that. This is a China run. I have all your information. I know where you live, and they're accumulating it in mainland China. So whatever you want to do. But they got your stuff, and they know all about you, and that doesn't bother you, whatever. It's just, I'm telling you, China's, We'll be right back. Johnny and Ed next. What do they say? It's 7:30 ESPN 93.5.
A slap of the bat, high fives at the plate. They're all celebrated at Pia Sports Bar and Grill after the game. Super beer specials, great drinks, big screen TVs, and fun food all await you at Pia's. Whether it be Pia's delicious wings, the big pork tenderloin, or Pia's famous Grand Slam or Slugger Burger, you'll find all your favorites available until 11 p.m. Chill out at Pia's in the beer garden and enjoy being served by a great staff. See you at Pia's, Springfield and Mattis, Champaign.
Find the look you love for less at Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Explore their wide selection of quality pieces, from cozy sofas to exquisite dining sets from all the top name brands. With personalized service and expert advice, their team makes finding the perfect piece effortless. Create the home of your dreams with Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Exceptional customer service and the best prices since 1959. Stop by today or visit them online at kelseyfurniture.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The militant group Hamas confirms the death of its top political leader in an airstrike in Iran's capital, Tehran, about 12 hours after the assassination of a Hezbollah leader in a drone strike in Beirut, Lebanon. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says he cannot confirm the strikes were carried out by Israel.
We're going to do everything we can to make sure that we keep things from turning into a broader conflict throughout the region.
Iran's supreme leader says the killing of a guest in his country will be avenged. Carrie Lake, endorsed by former President Trump, wins her Republican Senate primary in Arizona over Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb.
We're going to do everything we can to make sure that we keep things from turning into a broader conflict throughout the region.
Congressman Ruben Gallego ran unopposed for the Democrats' nomination. Senator Kirsten Sinema decided not to run for a second term. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. After two pop-up parties in Champaign parking lots over the weekend, police and community leaders want to put a stop to them now more than ever. Two shootings last weekend left 3 hurt in Champaign. This weekend, 2 more shootings hurt 4 and killed 2 teens. Champaign nonprofit going overseas to help people in Africa. A group of 5 high schoolers and mentors from Dream are en route to Malawi. Organization name stands for Driven to Reach Excellence at Academic Achievement for Males. They'll be visiting schools, leading STEM projects, and partnering with Habitat for Humanity to paint houses. Annual art fair in Urbana coming back this weekend in an expanded format. Urbana Park District and local art organization 40 North hosting their 6th annual Crystal Lake Park Art Fair this weekend. The art fair is scheduled for Saturday and Sunday 10 a to 4 p. Unlike past editions, this year's fair will take place over the course of 2 days instead of 1 day. Enjoy the event. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim. Our weather with meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you back-to-school physicals are in order. You can line up at a location near you. Learn more at carl.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity here this last day of July, heading into August, and in the short term, heading our way, clusters of showers and thunderstorms lurking to the west and northwest along the peripheries of advancing heat wave weather conditions. We'll miss out largely on that, but humidity will climb even further, and the showers and thunderstorms could grow locally heavy and severe in spots this morning. Redevelopment later on this afternoon as well. In between, partly sunny, hot, humid around 90. Again, some scattered showers and thunderstorms, heavy and severe in spots early, and again after midnight tonight, low down to 75. Do it again tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms both morning and afternoon. Partly sunny, hot, humid up to 92. Only to about 83. That's better, but humidity stays up, and still some rainfall expected for the day on Friday. Finally, some quieter weather, a little more comfortable, not great, but humidity down a knock or two over Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Daytime temperatures in the 80s, nights in the 60s. Heads up here through the morning hours. Some of these storms will grow heavy and severe. Downpours and a rush of wind. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
It's Wednesday. ESPN 93.5. Cue the band.
Super weird idea from J.D. Vance. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's quite weird. Just plain weird.
Just plain weird. Just plain weird.
That stuff is weird. They come across weird, and then they start being weird. Yeah, they're weird.
Being a really weird.
He's such a weirdo.
Donald Trump and his weirdo running mate are weird. Deeply and profoundly weird.
Everybody got the memo. Weird is the word for J.D. Vance. They have to destroy J.D. Vance because he represents the working man, the people that had to live in a dysfunctional house and raised by a grandmother. Yes, he's weird, all right. But it's disgusting how the Democrats have abandoned the working person, the working man. It's Ed Martin, who is head of the Eagle Farm Legal Defense Fund and Phyllis Schlafly's final hire before she passed. Ed, near the swamp. How are you?
I'm feeling a little weird. Maybe odd.
Maybe odd, maybe not weird, just maybe odd. I don't know. Yeah, no, it's amazing. Anyway, good to talk, guys.
Brother Johnny, out of Bible study, struggling a little cold here this morning. You all right, Johnny?
I think I'm okay.
Well,
I'll let you and Eddie talk a lot, though. I gotta gain wisdom. I must gain wisdom.
Hey, so firstly, how does that work? Who sends the memo? How do they are so in unison on all the networks saying weird and calling him weird and laughing and poking fun at the weird other side of the tracks kid with an addicted mom and no father? Let's just call all those people weird if they want.
Yeah, well, two observations. One, you bring up, isn't it interesting? It's sort of more obvious than ever. They all got the memo. Like it wasn't just one. It all started at the same time. Someone really circulated. They used this word weird. Here's the thing. I heard someone say they needed a new line because calling Trump Hitler almost got him killed. If you call a guy Hitler and then they nearly assassinate him, they realized that was going a little too far. People were sort of recoiling on that. So this is the new. I don't know, the new Hitler, your Hitler thing is to call somebody weird. I don't know. It feels like a word that girls use. Mean girls use to each other, you're weird. And that therefore it feels like the new, the Democrat Party of today. It feels like a girls, place. I don't want to sound like J.D. Vance with the cats and all, but I'm just saying they kind of attack like they're fighting like mean girls. And so I do think, I have to say, J.D. Vance, they've made him a focus. And nobody votes for the VP, but they made him a focus, and they're digging through his past. And it is interesting to watch how focused they are, how well they're doing. But people are talking about it, and that is the factor. You can't say, "Oh, well, that's just weird that they're doing it." It's sort of working a little bit because people are associating him with that word. So, again, if you talk about the policies, Kamala Biden loses, by 10 points. But if you talk about the person, maybe people look the other way.
Well, I think it was clear that they did the same exact thing when they shut Joe Biden off. They just simply shut him off. Boom, we're done with him. Then they turned Kamala on, who's now, I believe, today on the top of the ticket, and they're calling the second man on Trump weird. I think they're in trouble, Eddie. That's not that powerful. She's got to defend bailing out the rioters, pro-Palestinian. You probably have a list of it. It just goes on.
Johnny, that's not true. She's now.
Okay.
She's now,
I believe the Obamas and I are on the same page. She can't win. She can't win this election.
Well, but she's for fracking. She's for fracking. Everything's fine there. Right. She's stopped. Exactly. She's flipped on like 10 things because they told her you can't win like that. Ed, does that work? If you I have all this video of you saying that, and you say, "Well, I've evolved." I don't know. Can that work?
Yeah. Does it work? I mean, the reason why it's done is it works, and the reason why it works is if you put a $12 million ad buy behind an ad that says Kamala will sign a bipartisan border bill and put more border agents on the wall that the Republicans killed, which is half true because there was a bill, then you spend $12 million, and a lot of people that haven't paid attention yet look up and go, huh. I think back to Johnny's point, I actually think it's sort of the old, they tell you what they call you what they are. I think actually Kamala Harris is kind of a strange character. And people are going to see that, and so like, we'll call them weird and see if it inoculates us from the strangeness. I mean, she's got a real. They're covering the story as if it's okay of her boyfriend Willie Brown, who was married at the time. He's got a long piece in Politico today where they're interviewing him, and he's yuck. When she was helping me bury my dad, and with my sisters, and she's 29 years younger. This is not. I'm not judging her morals. That's for somebody else. I'm saying this is not normal stuff. We expect our presidential candidates to be extraordinary, and I think that Kamala is going to come off pretty quickly as something less than that, something strange, something weird. So, but it does work. It does work to change your position. I mean, it certainly does when you can have the media help you define yourself that way, and it does work.
But Eddie, her problem is people think she's a fake. So now she's just supporting that by switching on every issue. She doesn't connect. She's not genuine. And if you look at just the base math of it, Trump got 75 million real votes, and 3 or 4 million have switched for sure, just on the way things are going. So that means Kamala Harris has to get 80 million votes. Because Trump didn't lose any votes. He's not going to go down. And so there's just no way to get there, Eddie, because there's a lot more focus on the election integrity, and she's not warm and fuzzy. She's just not that likable.
Well, and let me just give you an example. She's flipped on fracking. She's now for fracking. She's now for giving more money to ICE. She's no longer a single-payer health care insurance person, and she does not require you to sell back any of your guns.
Yeah, but guys, I mean, look. Here's the political reality. The Democrat Party was losing both the energy, the enthusiasm on their side with Biden on the top of the ticket, and then they were losing very discrete groups of voters, black men, Hispanic voters, and Kamala is a Hail Mary pass, I agree, but it's meant to shore up that group that will look up and say, oh, wow, first woman, first African-American woman, blah, 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 all that stuff, and try to see if she can hold that. I agree with Johnny in a different way. I think it falls off because people still look up and say, they're actually fighting a hot war in the Middle East because Joe Biden and the Biden-Harris team is incompetent. My bacon is still 70% higher, and my inflation that you tell me I'm not supposed to notice is killing me, and my kids can't get jobs. They can't buy a house. I'm sick of this. She's stuck with all that, and I do think it comes home. But, guys, it's going to come down to 5 or 6 states and, 10 or 20 counties in those states. And I'm watching Venezuela right now, and I'm saying in Venezuela, they ran a really good playbook. If the guy's losing at the top, change the numbers, and then when they come and protest, they're protesting at the Capitol. In Venezuela, the people went and said, we protest because we think the election was rigged. And I haven't heard the media call them insurrectionists yet. I haven't heard that. Maybe it's coming. Instead, they're saying these are freedom fighters. So I think, Johnny, you're back to your prediction. We're going to get to election night, and will they have enough ways to steal it? And if they do, they're going to do it, and then they're going to say, see, he lost twice. He's a convicted felon, and they're going to try to hold it that way.
Yeah, I don't think they can pull it off with Kamala. That's all I'm saying. That would have been my choice of all the people to pick for Trump to run against. And I think she's worse than Biden, and I think she'll fall off fast. Once she starts to go, she's going to go. And don't forget, she isn't the nominee yet, guys. I mean, it isn't quite over yet. And I think she's, hopefully she won't come under attack, but she was, considered the most liberal senator out of 100 in our Senate, and she promoted all of the things that we are complaining about vehemently, and they turned her off. She disappeared, and that's the other thing, Eddie. There's a point at which the distrust of the media actually starts to manifest itself in people who say, I think they really are kind of biased. After the last 30 years.
All right, let me get to this before we let you guys go in the next 8 minutes. It's Ed Martin, Brother Johnny. Ed from the Eagle Forum Legal Defense Fund. Brother Johnny stepping out of his Bible study on Wednesdays. Tapman's Towing phone line. This is very, 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 very scary.
Israel's prime minister had said the deaths of those 12 children on the soccer field would not go unanswered. Now, top leaders of Hamas and Hezbollah have been killed over the course of 12 hours. The 2 targeted killings took place in Tehran and Beirut. First, Hezbollah's top military commander, Fouad Shukar, who Israel blamed for that rocket strike in the Golan Heights that killed 12 children. The State Department had put a $5 million bounty on his head. Officials say he played a central role in the killing of 241 American servicemen in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut back in 1983. Then hours later in Iran's capital, the leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, was killed just after the inauguration of Iran's new president.
They bombed a soccer field with 12 kids, killed 12 kids. This is what they want. This is what Iran wants. This is what Hezbollah, this is what Hamas want. Is this what they're going to get, Ed?
Well, I mean, as you point out, or as that coverage points out, I mean, you don't want to cross Israel and Mossad when they feel like they have their back against the wall. This is brutal killings. But I mean, brutalizing those 12 kids and then taking it back. I mean, look, if we had a real leader in the White House, if we had real leadership where we could assert ourselves and say, hey, let's hold this thing together. But right now, if you're looking in the Middle East, you're watching, Qatar, the Saudis, they're not holding things together because they don't need to. They don't get anything. They don't have any relationship to us that's beneficial, America. And so, it's a very, very dangerous time. And I think Israel has decided October 7th, then we cannot ever trust these people next door. We're going to go scorched earth. They've made that clear. I don't know when they'll stop. I don't think they'll stop. And the question is, what happens if somebody's desperate? Now, Iran is pretty crippled. They're not as strong as people think. And what I hate to say here is people saying, oh, we're going to have war. We've got to have somebody get us peace. And I don't know if there's anybody in the White House or the State Department that can do it. So it's a scary time. And people should be aware that it's happening because we're not strong. We're weak and confused, America, because of the leader in the White House.
Well, and that's, I think, right, but it's more practical than that, because I think we lifted sanctions on Iran, and now China's buying their oil, and they've got money, and they're not very good with it because they're basically a terrorist state. But we knew this. We knew all this. And so in order to prove we'll take the first step, here's another $1 billion. Well, what do you think they're going to do? And now we got a problem. But the other issue, Eddie, what about the 2 bombers from China flying with the 2 bombers from Russia Monday?
Yeah.
That's not a good sign. And I don't know if I'd want to put Kamala up against Xi and Putin. I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I agree with that. I think that's definitely, you're right about that. That's a bigger sign of the kinds of the reality that for 8 years or so, the media and the left have wanted to say, pick a fight, Russia, when what we needed to do was become, not trusting, but comfortable enough with Russia that we could counterbalance China. Now, China and Russia are looking at us saying, we got a lot we can do to you all, and we'll see. I mean, I worry more about China than I worry about anything else, because they're smarter than most of the people that we've ever faced off with, and they're playing the long game. And I think most Americans are not aware of it, and certainly the leaders in the administration right now don't seem to be doing much about it.
And do you think that that Taiwan is? I mean, certainly here's a window. Do you expect China to make a move on Taiwan?
No, because I think they're winning the Taiwan. Taiwan is like an unstated Hong Kong, which means China's got Taiwan, and they'll starve it out over the next 30, 40 years. I don't think if they got a land war on Taiwan, first of all, it's very difficult to do. Taiwan's going to be forward. Then we'd all have to fight. And I think China's happy to see us stumbling our way. We're losing technology. We're having tech transfer. Our patent system is under assault. TikTok was supposed to be stopped. Now we find out that TikTok not only shared all the privacy, the data, but they continue to drive up. TikTok is promoting Kamala Harris because the Chinese communists want this. And so if you're China, you're watching this thinking, this is great. We don't have to fight a war with them. They're destroying themselves. And if they vote Kamala in, we're in really high cotton for another 4 years. And they've got their own problems. I don't think they can fight a land war. And now Taiwan would be a full-on war. So I think they'll just wait and watch and continue to build alliances in the world, in places that are right in our backyard, or with our people that should be our allies. You watch, Hungary's got a huge investment in China from Chinese money. Italy's got Chinese money coming in, and these are supposed to be more friendly Western nations. They're taking the money because China's offering, and they're not putting any strings on it other than let's trade, let's be together. And America is busy fighting for Ukraine, trying to go green, all this junk, and China's chuckling.
Well, and it's like corporate competition, Eddie. It's the best management with the right strategies and good decisions start to get stronger. And when you have poor strategies, poor decisions, then you start to get weaker. China's, like you say, gaining assets all over the globe by using money they're getting. I don't know where they're getting their money. Oh, yeah, they're getting it from us. And so they're spending it, making alliances all over the world. And we're just watching and saying, oh, we got to stop flying around in jets. Hey, get my jet. I got to go tell these kids that they can't fly around in a jet.
Right.
And so that's poor management. That's just bad work.
Okay.
And we see it.
Let me ask you, Ed, am I exaggerating when I say if the Republicans lose this race, this time, the Republican will never win again the White House?
Well, I think that sounds right to me, but I mean, when you say never, Lord knows what's going to happen between now and 4 years from now. I was at an event yesterday, actually at the Museum of the Bible, which is an extraordinary museum, by the way, in Washington, D.C., just extraordinary. The Hobby Lobby family built it. It's hundreds of millions of dollars, all about the Bible. It's really well done. But there was a meeting of pro-life groups, and we had pollsters there, and they looked at the Senate races. And it really looks like it's almost impossible to see, even with a top of the ticket that's contested, and I don't believe it is. I don't think it's as close as I think the polls we're being lied to. But it looks like the Republicans will win the Senate. You know, with automatically picking up West Virginia, there's 2 or 3 others that look really promising. So you would have a check, I think, in this environment. Even if you lost the White House, I think if you lose the White House, you lose the House. They tend to go more closely in line. But I think you could hold the Senate. So that's a check. And look, the Supreme Court is under assault this week by Joe Biden. Stumbled out of his bed to yell and scream at the neighbors, the co-equal branch of the Supreme Court. But that's not going to happen either. So we've got a system that I think can hold, but I do think that it's a danger now. And the Democrats are emboldened to censor and to shape behavior in a way that we've never seen before, at least never seen it. Maybe it was going on. And I do think that will accelerate if they win, so we should worry about it. But I don't know. I don't like to think that we could never have an election again or have the Republic ending. I fear saying that even.
Well, the term I would use is an engineering term, residual strength. Things don't look so good, but it looks like the house is going to collapse. There's a massive amount of residual strength we have in America, Steve. And it's not. We're not a house of cards. I think this movement has gotten ahead of themselves 20 years. And I actually think COVID, which we crippled through, made us even stronger in that regard. So I wouldn't say I'm like Eddie. Never is a big word. I would say there's no that. How about this? Kamala will never win the presidency. Now whether she'll end up being the one who runs, I don't know. But
the residual strength is a good word. But now I'll just do this. You look at France. And you look at the Olympics, but look at France as France burns and Muslim, Islamic neighborhoods and all, and you say that's a nation I would have thought had residual strength, and I think it's pretty much over. I don't think you can save France as a Western country. It's going to be a Muslim country in the next 30 or 40 years. My point is, I think we do too. I do think that we're teetering we're using a lot of the residual strength right now to hold things together. We could sure use some celebrations and some bonding of our nation in the direction of a positive, America's wonderful, what a place, as opposed to tearing us apart because you're not the right identity. I mean, if Kamala Harris is going to pick her VP pick in the next 36, 48, 72 hours, and it's going to be done on identity politics. They're living an identity politics party, and the country is being torn apart by that. But most people, as Johnny would say, they're not buying it. Most people are like, no, I'm an American. Don't give me the hype, and I want to be an American. Let's go. But there's a lot of threats around the world, and it's happening rapidly. And, back to Johnny, we ought to get back to basics, which is God and faith. That's the one thing America always had. You didn't have to be Christian, but you really were a believer. You believed in a transcendent God. That's where we got to get back to in a big way.
Johnny?
Well, and 70% of people say they're Christian, and I think that's a great step in the right direction. By the way, Eddie, I think France's state of residual strength was where we are 100 years ago. They started going south in the 20s. Gee, many Chris, those guys, they've been on thin ice for a couple hundred years. Then they spit in the face. They spit in the face of God, and I'll tell you what. That's not what you. That's not good.
No. By the way, lastly, when I interviewed Steve Forbes in the 90s when he was running for president, he told me an off-the-air joke. He said, "Why does France have glass bottom boats?" I said, "Why? So they can see the rest of their fleet." Anyway, Ed, how can people find Ed Martin?
I'm going to put you on a different place. If you go to eaglecouncil.com, Eagle Council, COUNCIL, eaglecouncil.com, you'll see that we have in about 2.5 weeks an event in New Jersey at Trump's Golf Course in Bedminster celebrating Phyllis Schlafly's 100th birthday. It would have been her 100th birthday on August 15th. On the 14th and 15th, we're doing our Eagle Council there. So if you go to eaglecouncil.com, you can also click through to all of our other writings. And I'm over on X at Eagle Ed Martin, at Eagle Ed Martin. But if people need a reason to visit New Jersey, I don't know why you'd want that. I grew up there, but I don't know. But if you want to, wait, yeah.
That's August 14th. Isn't that Wednesday and Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to talk Stevie into going. He can get out there. We might have to come see you, Eddie.
Hey, that'd be fun.
You can broadcast. You can broadcast from there.
Live from the Eagle Forum. That'd be fun.
Love it.
Hey, listen, guys, thanks so much. Ed Martin, Brother Johnny, back to pray for us. Johnny, we appreciate it. Bible.
All righty.
Thank you so much. God bless you. That's Ed Martin, Brother Johnny, ESPN 93.5. Quick check of your weather brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvement, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing. Visit KramerSiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and Van Avis Saturday, and going to be an active round of weather this morning, back in this afternoon, and again for the day tomorrow. Series of disturbances advancing along the eastern flank of that heat wave weather pattern, lurking to the west and south, and a surge of humidity and dew points as well. Heads up accordingly. So, with that in mind, a hot and humid afternoon, but not before. A couple of rounds of showers and thunderstorms this morning. Could be locally heavy and severe, and some heavy downpours and a rush of wind. Later today, the highs up around 90. Tonight, a couple of showers and thunderstorms this evening, and again after midnight, once again, a heavier locally severe storm. Can't be ruled out, low down to 75. Tomorrow, hot, humid, partly sunny. A couple of thunderstorms in spots for the morning, more so for the afternoon. Highs around 90. Still some shower and thunderstorm business morning and afternoon on Friday. Temperatures ease down. Humidity stays up. A Friday high at 83. Then finally, quieter weather. Humidity down a little bit for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Daytime readings in the mid to upper 80s. Nights in the 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Dolchus, Greg Solgay.
Well, it's our good friend Steve Suderman. Young man, how are you?
Anything but. Simone Biles, Jordan Childs, Suni Lee. How good were those girls?
I mean the Simone's story is remarkable, how she had the twisties and all that. That Suni Lee, she's good at this. Oh man.
Just fantastic. I can hardly stand to watch anybody on beam.
I mean,
that's just such a nail-biting event. But
you see the parents. The parents are just like, oh my gosh, it's just so hard.
Can you imagine?
Oh no.
And then there was that Clark Kent guy on the men's team that came out and got it done and put them over the top. That's such good stuff. And the gymnastics are the best, but there's a lot of Olympics yet to come. But my OLEDs have been getting a workout. Now, I do it a little differently. I have a different event in the kitchen than I do in the living room than I do in a bedroom. Instead of flipping channels, I just go from room to room to see what's going on. And, they all look good. And maybe that makes me weird. That seems to be the word of the day. But
you weirdo! Come on, man.
Yeah.
By the way, Steve Suderman is at Good Vibes. Over 50 years of great service, big TVs, sound systems. That's where you go to get your installation. They hide wires. They're great at what they do. Christian had your guy Jason over. Good Vibes came over, talked about mounting something on brick. You guys, nobody's doing that kind of work, and you guys are that local to care that much. It's amazing.
Yeah, brick is an interesting challenge, but not one you can't overcome.
Yeah,
So we do that. Hey, I'm going to do a little tease here. Illinois football starts in 4 weeks from tomorrow? Is the first game?
It's something like that. Yeah. No, it's 4 weeks from last night. 4 weeks from last. It's a Thursday night game, right?
I maybe did the math wrong.
Yeah.
but it's
3 weeks
about a
from
month.
Thursday. Yeah.
And
crazy.
I cannot wait for. Well, I'm talking with one of the players, so we might have a new NIL guy.
Oh, right. Yeah. Luke Goody, that Hoosier left. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Darn it.
Wear your striped pants, Luke. Sorry, it was fun, but
bye.
All right, good. So we might have an announcement.
This.
Might have an announcement soon, huh? All right.
Yeah, might have an announcement soon. But today's the last day of July, and we are this close to making the number. If I had just one or two walk-in sales that were unexpected, we'll be dealing. We'll make it worth your while.
Make a deal. So today, the 31st of July, is a great day for a deal.
Making the number for July, and I want to hit it on the nose.
All right, so folks, he's a softie today. You need to go to Good Vibes today, Round Barn next to the driver's license. Today, last day to make the month. He'll be softy.
OLED, subwoofers, Sonos, whatever you need. We'll make it worthwhile.
Well, how do they contact you again?
You can look us up on the web at gvibes.com. Drop by 2010 Round Barn Road. Call us up at 351-0909.
Cue the band.
And cue the band.
Yeah, this is John Williams, this great Olympic theme. Love it.
Yes. Of course it is.
Yeah. You know that Nathaniel's son told us earlier this week that in 773 BC, when they started the Olympics, you ran naked, and if you had a false start, they executed you. And I think, wow. I say, hey, Bob, why'd you get off to a slow start? He'd say, at least I'm alive.
Right.
All right, buddy, thank you.
Hey, we swam naked in high school, remember?
Crazy.
It's Steve Suderman. Good vibes. You're going to make a deal today. You need to go there today to help him make his month because he'll work with you. I think you'll get an amazing deal. Okay, we're going to break for the news. Bob, why'd you get off to a slow start? At least I'm alive.
Exactly.
Man, alive.
That's brutal.
It is tough for a false start, and you're naked. Time for the news at 8 o'clock. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Israel faces a harsh punishment. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what Iran's Ayatollah vows after a missile strike in Tehran killed Hamas's political leader, Ismail Haniyeh.
The supreme leader saying this morning, quote, following this bitter, tragic incident, which has taken place within the borders of the Islamic Republic, it is our duty to take revenge.
Fox's Trey Yingst also reports from Tel Aviv. Haniyeh was the lead negotiator for Hamas in talks trying to end the war in Gaza.
Ceasefire talks are basically off the table. And I do want to just quickly read you a statement from the Qatari Prime Minister, the man who has been responsible for a lot of the negotiations taking place. He asks one question here, and it's an important question in all of this. He says, how can mediation succeed when one party assassinates the negotiator on the other side?
Now, Israel's not commented yet. Hours earlier, it launched a strike in Lebanon, killing a top Hezbollah commander days after the rocket attack in the Golan Heights that killed 12 children. Former President Trump will rally today in Pennsylvania after telling Fox if Vice President Harris is elected, foreign leaders will walk all over her.
She'll be so easy for them. She'll be like a play toy. They look at her and they say, we can't believe we got so lucky.
Well, the vice president at a rally in Atlanta that featured a lock him up anti-Trump chant answered Republican criticism. She's failed as a so-called border czar with record illegal immigration. She says as a prosecutor in California, she went after gangs and drug cartels and human traffickers.
Donald Trump, on the other hand, has been talking a big game about securing our border, but he does not walk the walk.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz reports.
A key deadline passed Tuesday with no other candidate qualifying for the Democratic presidential nomination. Delegates are expected to vote virtually Thursday to officially make Harris the party nominee.
Now, next Tuesday, Vice President Harris will rally in Pennsylvania with her running mate, though she still has not announced who that is. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
In Arizona, a Trump-backed Republican, Kari Lake, won the GOP Senate primary. She lost the governor's race 2 years ago. She'll face Democrat Ruben Gallego. There's still a lot of anger across Venezuela. Protesting presidential election results they claim have been rigged.
Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro is still insisting he won national elections this weekend, despite most nations around the world seemingly agreeing with thousands of protesters who claim polling places were interfered with to prevent learning vote tallies. Opposition candidate Edmundo Gonzalez believes he has won with 70% of ballots cast, though the nation's elections officials loyal to Maduro insists the dictator won with a 51% majority. Clashes with security forces resulted in a handful of deaths of protesters. Maduro calls it an attempted coup. In Broward County, Florida, Eben Brown, Fox News.
Speaking of Venezuela, a gang from there may try to cause trouble here.
Members of the gang Tren de Aragua are walking around this country potentially looking to wage war on the men and women of law enforcement. This after it was reported that, quote, credible human sources from Colorado provided information on Tren de Aragua giving a green light to fire on or attack law enforcement. That warning from the Colorado Information Analysis Center being shared with Fox News Digital, which says that members of the street gang are being, quote, encouraged to attack police officers in Denver.
That's Fox's Brooke Singman. On Wall Street, rising futures suggest stocks could surge ahead of the Fed's statement later today on the economy and inflation and when interest rates might be cut. Many analysts expect one in September. At the Olympics, the U.S. leads the medal count with 26, 4 of them gold, including the one the women's gymnastics team won, led by Simone Biles, whose 8 career Olympic medals are a record for an American gymnast. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois is working to improve access to pre- and postnatal care in order to close maternal health gap. The governor signed the Birth Equity Initiative into law. The bill designed to ensure competitive Medicaid reimbursement rates for community-based care providers who help new mothers before, after, and during birth. The maternal mortality gap refers to data that shows black women are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. 2-year-old dead. It follows an apparent drowning in Champaign County. The coroner says the child reportedly separated from his mother. Less than 30 minutes later, he was found by a family member in a pond near Carisbrook Apartments. An autopsy has been scheduled. Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell asking for forgiveness. It follows the deadly shooting of Sonia Massey during a Department of Justice community listening session. He said his department failed Sonia and didn't do their jobs. Authorities say Massey shot and killed July 6th by former Deputy Sean Grayson, who remains in custody. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, it is 8:06 into our 8 o'clock hour. I'm Stevie Jay. There's Diane Ducey. We check your weather this morning. Brought to you by Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. You ever think life insurance? Kurt has it all, but life insurance gives you peace of mind for your family. And we're all going to have that happen to us someday. So why not get a little peace of mind? Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier. I'm looking off to the west, sir. I see a little interesting sky color. So what do you know?
Well, coming our way, it's kind of mushroomed out, that batch of showers and thunderstorms. That's kind of maybe a good sign because cloud top's beginning to warm and hence weaken a little bit, but still have that severe thunderstorm watch until 12 noon today. And then back to the west around Mason and Macon counties, severe thunderstorm warnings still in effect out there for about the next half hour or so. And that's kind of the corridor where some of the heaviest storms are occurring right now. So still looks to be maybe the worst of it passing just slightly west and south, but we will get into this batch of showers and thunderstorms here over the next probably hour and 15 minutes. At least its arrival over at here in the downtown. 73 muggy degrees and the dew points are surging higher, and that'll mean a muggy night tonight after daytime high today, either side of 90. So we've got some showers and thunderstorms. We'll get in to some of that stuff for a couple of hours here, again, beginning a little bit after 9 this morning, break into the early to mid afternoon. They'll popcorn back up in effect in scattered coverage basis this afternoon and evening time, and then another batch after midnight tonight, and a muggy overnight low with the high humidity and dew points only to about 75. So a tough night for sleeping if you don't have any cooling means. Tomorrow, some showers and thunderstorms kind of scattered across the area in the morning. Another fairly widespread outbreak tomorrow afternoon, and that'll be ahead of a cool front. And once again, not only a slight risk for severe weather this afternoon, probably again in spots here tomorrow. High temperatures tomorrow up into the lower 90s, a hot and humid day. A little bit less heat to deal with on Friday, but more rain in the forecast. Shower activity in the morning and afternoon. High temperatures up at near 83. We'll finally get into some drier, slightly drier air. Dew points will fall back, hence with nighttime lows in the 60s, daytime readings in the mid to upper 80s, and probably an inch or two of rain spread over the next 3 or 4 days here in East Central Illinois. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Shop for art with over 40 local and regional vendors at the 6th Annual Crystal Lake Park Art Fair, Saturday, August 3rd and Sunday, August 4th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Get paintings, ceramics, textiles, photography, jewelry, glass, mixed media, and more. Champaign County Arts Council, 40 North, and the Urbana Park District are partners for this terrific event. Urbana Mobile Recreational Vehicle has options for the kids as you shop this Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4 at the Crystal Lake Park Art Fair. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
All right, 10 after 8. Good morning. It is the last day of July.
My friend Lily celebrating her 22nd birthday today. She was the maid of honor in Anna's wedding last year. And she's just such a great person. Had a fun time celebrating Aiden's 21st birthday yesterday.
Fun. Yeah. You guys go out to eat? Or
Yes, we did.
Right.
He wanted the Beef House in Covington, Indiana.
Rolls for me only. Thank you. You know what? You go to the Beef House and you have rolls, you're really not hungry.
I know.
But they took out the salad bar.
They did.
COVID's over, Bob. Come on, man. Bring it back.
Right.
You got to bring it back.
And so, and we got there at 5:50, which is 4:50. No. 6. I don't know.
You're hour ahead.
Okay,
over there.
I got so confused throughout the day, but in any case, it was just before 6 o'clock in Indiana.
It's at 5 o'clock here.
So we got the early bird special.
Oh, okay.
So that saved us, $10 a head essentially. But it's just a small 5-ounce piece of meat. But by the time you get to the entree,
you're not hungry.
The Beef House rolls.
You pound out 2 rolls, you're done. Really. It's just they need to make them smaller. All right, it is 8:11 in Champaign-Urbana. We've talked on a lot of issues, including the Olympics. I find them pretty darn interesting.
Yeah.
When presented with, will you watch the Olympics? I'm going, but it's produced very well.
It is.
I'm very impressed with the fact that everything is over when you see it. I haven't seen too many alerts on my phone about who wins gold.
Right, me either.
They've held that back because of the spoiler alert. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to know how Simone Biles did. I wanted to watch it. I'm just amazed at the size of the human beings that do the gymnastics, is you're watching them and they look normal. Mm-hmm. And then they go hug their coaches who look like Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
They're big people. And then you say, well, no, they're not that big. They're just, these gymnasts are 4'8" to 5'1".
No, and Simone's married to Bears safety Jonathan Owen, and I saw them exchanging a kiss, and he's leaning down.
Well, he's only like 6 feet.
Right. He's not all that big.
No, I don't.
But you
6'1".
mentioned, when they're interviewing some of the people that are on TV, the media has to almost lean down.
No, it reminded me of Frodo from Lord of the Rings. It's like when the hobbits are excited about the new king and Return of the King.
The only thing about that image is I think about those great big hairy feet. Well,
the girls don't have hairy feet, but they're about the same size. It is really remarkable. When her husband first met her, he said, "Whoa, she's tiny."
Yeah.
4'8".
That's right.
You think about how many kids in like 3rd or 4th grade are probably 4'8". There's always one kid.
And the swimming has been awesome.
The swimming is remarkable. They had the American last night. He's 6'8".
Oh, wow.
You're a 6'8" swimmer. Didn't you want to play basketball?
Like, I just looked up Katie Ledecky.
She's got to be 6'1".
6 foot.
Okay.
But she's 27.
Yeah, these people are like old. They're aging out. Mm-hmm. I mean, when was the last Bonnie Blair gold medal? How old was Bonnie Blair? 25, 26?
Right.
She was in 2 or 3 Olympics.
Right.
Bonnie's the most decorated, I think, gold medalist in Winter Olympic history.
Champagne's favorite speeder.
That's right.
She's 60.
Well, but what was the last one? 92? So that's 30 plus years ago. So she might have been
94.
Okay, 94. So she would have been 30, 31, 30. That's pretty late.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's amazing these Olympians age out, in their 20s.
Right.
And if you're a gymnast, how old are you? 27.
Right.
Oh, man, you're old. Anyway, Simone Biles looks so older and mature. She's just been there, and now she's the all-time point leader in gymnastics history. She just and she's just a different athlete. She, when she did her floor exercise, and the floor's a little bouncy, but so what? She got 12 feet above the ground.
Whoa.
She went 12 feet up. Her head touched 12 feet. Could she dunk? I mean, with the bouncy floor, maybe. I mean, it's just stunning to me.
That's crazy.
And then you flip around, and again, golly gee, what do you do with that except you're bandaged up? I just think it's a hard sport. And then you got 45 seconds the world is actually watching, and you got 45 seconds. And good luck on the pommel horse. Right. Anyway, and this kid with the glasses, Superman.
Yeah.
Just interesting person, but he came through it. The only thing he did was the pommel horse, and he did it amazing. When the light was on and they needed it. And they got a medal.
I saw something about that. It was like they're calling him the horse guy or something.
Pommel horse guy.
Pommel horse guy.
All right, let's check your sports headlines. Great fun in St. Louis last night.
That's right. And we had a winner, 8-1 over Texas. It's a 1:15 start today here on ESPN 93.5. Let's get your Redbird recap.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. You like magic, Ricky?
I sure do, and we saw some last night, didn't we?
Well, let's listen.
With the bases full, 2 down. The 2-2 pitch to Tommy Pham is swung on, and there's a drive. Deep right center field. Way back. It's a grand slam. Welcome back, Tommy Pham. A grand slam pinch home run. How about that? Light up the night.
Tommy Pham hit a grand slam in his return. How about that? And the Cardinals beat the Rangers 8-1.
What a great moment at the ballpark it was. I mean, it was fantastic. It was electric at Busch Stadium last night. Tommy Pham got the opportunity and came through, and Cardinal fans really responded.
The Cardinals today go for a series win behind a rookie, Michael McGreevy, his major league debut against lefty Andrew Heaney. On the air at 12:20. Ricky has the lineups at 105. First pitch at 1:15, thrown by Michael McGreevy.
Kyle Hendricks to the mound for the Cubs today with another.
Cubs, wow.
I
Cubs.
know.
What's up? You got to win. You got a few. I got you on US 105.9, baby. You got to win some ball games.
Do this. Reds up 6-3 yesterday.
And the Reds and Cubs are tied for last, and not anymore. Reds are 2 games ahead of the Cubs now for last place in the Central.
And we need that wild card.
Mr. Council, I gave you $40 million. You gotta do something.
Yeah.
Win.
Yeah.
Anyway.
4-3, Kansas City over the Chicago White Sox. 1:10 start today.
Again, I'm kind of Cincinnati, but Jacob's in AAA at Louisville. I'm more of a Louisville fan right now. I've learned that I am a Jacob Hurtubise, my son-in-law. I'm his fan. And not necessarily team-oriented. So if he got traded to the Cubs, I'd probably go back to the Cubs. Well, what a wishy-washy fan.
It's okay. Man. We get it. He's a relative. He's your son-in-law.
Right. Yeah, true.
Bears in Houston Hall of Fame game coming up on Thursday. And we've got it on Q96.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. Q96, we final test today. But, we had a lot of wires to hook up for this. And the Chicago Bears will live on all the hits. Q96.
Right.
Jeff Joniak has done the promo count. We got his voice on our air, and we're the proud radio home of the Chicago Bears. And I think it's a television event has been my philosophy, but I'm not so sure. If you drive around on a Sunday afternoon during the NFL, there's a lot of cars out.
Absolutely.
So you'll be able to get it on Q96.1. That's where the Chicago Bears were. We just didn't have another. U.S. has the Cubs. Cardinals are here in September. We didn't want to confuse you, so we stuck it on Q96. That's where it belongs. So we're excited for the Chicago Bears to be all about.
And starting tomorrow at 7.
Yeah, it's a Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio, and it'll be fun. Caleb Williams. Now, listen, I picked up the Cardinals. They won a World Series. I picked up the Cubs. They won a World Series.
I know
What about a Super Bowl?
Let's do
How about that?
Yes.
Saving is a step to building stronger futures, whether establishing a college fund, saving for a retirement, or building an emergency fund. Busey encourages you to begin your path to savings today. Create a budget. What's going to cost for groceries? What's it going to cost for the cars? What it's going to cost for the mortgage and the taxes? Track your spending. Online budgeting system. There's a money manager through Busey eBank that'll categorize it. So you set it up, and then the blue will be whatever, the housing, the red can be the food. It'll determine where your money's going. And you can set realistic financial goals, develop a budget, and achieve them. You'll feel good every month. And then again, I tell my kids, save your money. Save. When you're done saving, save some more. Cash gives you freedom. You can make choices. You don't have to sweat it. If you're good at saving, you can spend Shad Khan could spend everything he has in a day. You can always spend it. Busey eBank. He can buy more teams. $12 billion just doesn't go as far as it used to. Save. Get started on your savings goals today with the innovative products and services at Busey. Visit Busey.com for more resources or stop by one of their many convenient locations today. Busey for over 150 years. Member FDIC. It would be kind of fun to try and spend $12 billion in a day. Okay, what do we buy? Well, that's only $1 billion. We got a more expensive team. White Sox? That's not much. We can buy that. All right, it's time at 8:20.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity here this last day of July, heading into August, and in the short term, heading our way, clusters of showers and thunderstorms lurking to the west and northwest along the peripheries of advancing heat wave weather conditions. We'll miss out largely on that, but humidity will climb even further, and the showers and thunderstorms could grow locally heavy and severe in spots this morning. Redevelopment later on this afternoon as well. In between, partly sunny, hot, humid around 90. Again, some scattered showers and thunderstorms, heavy and severe in spots early, and again after midnight tonight, low down to 75. Do it again tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms both morning and afternoon. Partly sunny, hot, humid up to 92. Only to about 83. That's better, but humidity stays up and still some rainfall expected for the day on Friday. Finally, some quieter weather, a little more comfortable, not great, but humidity down a knock or two over Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Daytime temperatures in the 80s, nights in the 60s. Heads up here through the morning hours. Some of these storms will grow heavy and severe. Downpours and a rush of wind.
Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Job creation by private employers came in softer than forecast this month. Payroll processing company ADP says 122,000 new jobs were created in July. Economists were predicting 150,000 new positions. Also, pay moderated to a 4.8% increase over the year ending in July. ADP chief economist Neela Richardson says wage growth is abating. Boeing just named an industry veteran to take over the company as its new CEO. Robert Kelly Ortberg will be its new president and chief executive officer, taking over August 8th. More earnings this morning. Marriott's earnings top forecast, but revenue was disappointing. Kraft Heinz sales declined in the recent quarter. The company says its customers remain cautious. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Coselda. Invested in you.
It's time to take the quiz.
5 questions, 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week.
History, pop culture, science, sports, civics. How much do you know? Let's find out.
Who was the first person to walk on the moon?
Jackson or something?
Neil Armstrong.
Take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox and then listen to the quiz podcast to find out how you did.
Play, share, and of course, listen to the quiz right now at thequiz.fox.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Shop for art with over 40 local and regional vendors at the 6th Annual Crystal Lake Park Art Fair, Saturday, August 3rd and Sunday, August 4th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Get paintings, ceramics, textiles, photography, jewelry, glass, mixed media, and more. Champaign County Arts Council, 40 North, and the Urbana Park District are partners for this terrific event. Urbana Mobile Recreational Vehicle has options for the kids as you shop this Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4 at the Crystal Lake Park Art Fair. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
Is so weird. I'm just thinking, could I find an art fair somewhere?
Yeah.
How ironic. Janet,
that was nice.
How about that? Janet Sosby is back on with us. Art fair coming up. Crystal Lake. This is Urbana Park District Gems. What do you say, Janet? How are you?
Well, the thing I'm most excited about is the fact that we have 2 days this year.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
That's double the fun.
Yeah, both Saturday and Sunday. Last year, we had 2 different monsoons during our art fair day. So we pulled the artists, and we thought that's one way to handle weather, and we're ready to grow. And the amazing thing about last year is that even when it was raining quite hard, people still were out shopping and supporting the artists, which we were so impressed by, that we still had some really dedicated art supporters that came out and shopped. So now we have 2 days, and hopefully this rain gets it out of its system, so the weather will be cool for this weekend.
I gotta say, these vendors are like an upper tier level. I know that I was there and I tried to recruit some people for my Tolono Fun Day the last weekend in June, and some of them scoffed at me, Jen. And some of the stuff is so really off the charts, though. The wind chimes and the multimedia and the paintings. I mean, let's talk about the 40 vendors you got for the art fair.
Okay, so what is really cool about this fair is that, like you said, this is a fine art fair. It's, a little bit different from, the community center craft fair sort of thing. 2 different vendors are from Indiana. We've got 2 different people from St. Louis. I think Kelly from 40 North told me that they're from 11 different cities in Illinois. Many of which are Champaign-Urbana. So there are some favorites that are like Peepop Ho and Hui Boutiques that are local favorites. But then we have some new people that have never shown with us before, so that's really exciting. One of the ones that is one of my favorites, his name is Richard Wares, and he's from Peoria. And he does these ceramic, very imaginative figurines that you hang on a wall, and the craftsmanship is like nothing I've ever seen before. So we've got some very talented, really neat, different, funky, original sort of work, and then obviously just the craft level is off the chart.
The location is over by the Anita Purvis Nature Center, Friendship Grove.
Nope. No, we're at the Park Road by the large pavilion.
So, okay. We're in it's not the lake house, but you're up above the lake house then. Okay.
Right. So it'll be the tents are right on Park Street. So right there at Lake and Park is that main park entrance is where all the tents will be set up.
Yeah, but how much money do I have to pay to get in?
$0.
What? Come on, bring a date. Let's go.
That's awesome.
That's fun.
And then we'll also have Burrito King and Flower and Fire and Main Scoop. And then obviously Urbana will be there with kids' games and crafts. So we've got something for everybody.
10 to 3, both Saturday and Sunday for the
10 to 4.
10 to 4. Okay. And then
why we had her on. So
exactly.
Clarify
all this stuff. I get mixed up often. We have the last neighborhood nights tonight.
Yes, and I'm really hoping this rain that's coming in a little bit here will finish up, get it out of the system, and then we will have our last neighborhood night with the Elderly Brothers, who played last year at Meadowbrook. And then, like Diane and I were talking about earlier, the big change is that we're at the Meadowbrook Interpretive Center on South Ray Street, not Prairie Play, obviously, due to the construction.
Gotcha, yeah.
And so sometimes that's a different look with the parking and things like that this evening between 6:30 and 8 to have this free popcorn and lemonade and bring your lawn chair. Sometimes when there's events in that area off of Ray Street, you get help or shuttles from Stone Creek Church.
Yes, we don't have a shuttle for this event since it is just a 90-minute concert, but we did check with Stone Creek, and they did say we are allowed to park in their lot and walk down to the area. So we're going to set up the stage. It'll be right off of Ray Street, so you'll be able to see it from the road, and that parking lot at the Meadowbrook Interpretive Center is the one where you'll want to head towards.
Okay, well, we got it. A whole bunch of great information. Anything on the website I could go to and maybe reconfirm what you just said, Janet?
Well, if you're talking art fair, the 40 North website, 40north.org, has all of the... You can find information on all the artists. They have a list for Crystal Lake Park Art Fair artists. So 40north.org for that.
All right.
Such a great partnership with... Kelly White.
Yes.
I'm just so happy you guys work together on this. How many years?
This is our 6th annual art fair.
Nice.
Awesome. I'll remember when I come and be a vendor there, I'll bring my laminated photos and all kinds of things so in case it rains, people can still take
that's a very good idea.
Thank you.
Good luck with
Thank
that,
you. Just
Stevie.
invented that. But this is a stick person I did with a crayon. It's laminated, and it's good for rain. Okay. Put it on your porch. Or use it as a mat when you come into the house. Listen, Janet, thank you for the information. Hope it goes well.
Yep. Hope to see you. Thank you.
All right, UrbanaParkDistrict.org, ESPN 93.5.
Ow! A spring just hit me.
Mom, the couch is broken again.
It's about time we get rid of that clunky couch and look into buying a new one.
What about two men in a junk truck? Their professional moving team does a great job assisting with downsizing, home renovations, and clearing out old items you need hauled away.
Wow, it sounds like it'll make much more space in this house once the couch is hauled away.
I just pulled it up on my phone. You can schedule an appointment online at twomeninajuncktruck.com.
This is Eddie Clare, president of Paul's. Are you looking for a career and not just a job?
Paul's is looking for outside sales representatives for commercial and industrial customers. Are you a goal-oriented self-starter?
We have a great benefit package including 2 weeks of paid vacation from day one, a company bonus, health, vision, dental for you and for your family, a 401k with a match. Let Paul's create big possibilities for you, your career, and your life. Apply online at paulsmachine.com.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The political leader of the militant group Hamas is assassinated in an airstrike in Iran. Fox's Trey Yinks.
This has major implications for the possibility of a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas as the war rages on inside Gaza. Qatari Prime Minister asking how can mediation succeed when one party assassinates the negotiator on the other side.
An Israeli government spokesman says no comment. Hours earlier, a Hezbollah commander was killed in a drone strike in Beirut, Lebanon. Former President Trump takes questions today at a National Association of Black Journalists convention. The convention's co-chair resigned.
Washington Post columnist Karen Ethier stepping down one day before Trump was set to speak to the group in Chicago. Ethier posting on X that she was not involved with or consulted with in any way to, quote, platform Trump in such a format.
Fox's Sue Guzman is also at Trump rally in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania later today. America's listening to Fox News.
It's Mahomet Music Festival, August 23rd and 24th, presented by Fisher National Bank. Enjoy the Lions Beer Garden with Bud Light, with local craft vendors and carnival rides. It all starts at 5, Friday, August 23rd. Get a VIP ticket for Tapman's Towing Tent, close to the stage, as you enjoy music from Lexi Teifel, Jake and Michaela. Then, on the State Farm stage at 9 o'clock, enjoy the Pearl Jam Tribute Band, Rear View. Saturday, August 24th at 9 a.m., take in a parade. At 11 a.m., the Christian band Cochran & Company performs on the Darwin-Boston State Farm Insurance stage. There will be 2 sessions for the armbands from noon to 4 and 6 to 10 for those kiddos. Adults can enjoy the Bags Tournament. Music from Stefan Huffman, Drew Baldridge, then the headliner, Dylan Scott at 9 p.m.
When I see my girl.
Learn more at MahometMusicFest.com.
Here's a look at local news. 2-year-old dead and follows an apparent drowning in Champaign County. The coroner says the child reportedly separated from his mother. Less than 30 minutes later, he was found by a family member in a pond near Carisbrook Apartments. An autopsy's been scheduled. Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell asking for forgiveness. It follows the deadly shooting of Sonia Massey during a Department of Justice community listening session. He said his department failed Sonia and didn't do their jobs. Authorities say Massey shot and killed July 6th by former Deputy Sean Grayson, who remains in custody. Illinois is working to improve access to pre- and postnatal care in order to close maternal health gap. The governor signed the Birth Equity Initiative into law. The bill designed to ensure competitive Medicaid reimbursement rates for community-based care providers who help new mothers before, after, and during birth. The maternal mortality gap refers to data that shows black women are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Rising costs of goods, unpredictable weather, and seasonal depression got you feeling down? Let Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing brighten your winter blues. Dogtown is offering $1,000 off any Bradford Whitewater heater, Rinnai tankless water heater, or Bosch mini split unit when you buy a Lennox home comfort system. No gimmicks, no hidden fees, just $1,000 in savings when you call Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, 217-841-4728. Offering 0% financing options for qualifying applicants. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign and vicinity here this last day of July, heading into August, and in the short term, heading our way, clusters of showers and thunderstorms lurking to the west and northwest along the peripheries of advancing heat wave weather conditions. We'll miss out largely on that, but humidity will climb even further, and the showers and thunderstorms could grow locally heavy and severe in spots this morning. Redevelopment later on this afternoon as well. In between, partly sunny, hot, humid around 90. Again, some scattered showers and thunderstorms, heavy and severe in spots early, and again after midnight tonight, low down to 75. Do it again tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms both morning and afternoon. Partly sunny, hot, humid up to 92. Only to about 83. That's better, but humidity stays up and still some rainfall expected for the day on Friday. Finally, some quieter weather, a little more comfortable, not great, but humidity down a knock or two over Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Daytime temperatures in the 80s, nights in the 60s. Heads up here through the morning hours. Some of these storms will grow heavy and severe. Downpours and a rush of wind. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Jesse with Land's Underground Solutions here. Hey, we come across customers every single day that they've had 1 or 2, maybe 3 companies there and have been told their sewer line or drain line's broke. The homeowner's getting ready to spend money, and then they call us, we show up, we stick a camera in the line, and we're able to show them the inside of the pipe, what the problem really is. Then we can offer you solutions to deal with this, and now you are in control of this decision. That is Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions' mission. Provide good, honest, upfront solutions to customers and let them make the decision.
Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he had a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola.
Ow! A spring just hit me.
Mom, the couch is broken again.
It's about time we get rid of that clunky couch and look into buying a new one.
What about 2 men in a junk truck? Their professional moving team does a great job assisting with downsizing, home renovations, and clearing out old items you need hauled away.
Wow, it sounds like it'll make much more space in this house once the couch is hauled away.
I just pulled it up on my phone. You can schedule an appointment online at twomeninAjunkTruck.com.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club?
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole story.
All right, 8:39. I'm Stevie Jay. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
All of our guests appear on the Tammons Towing phone line. All of our texts come in at 217-359-2255 on the Fisher National Bank text line.
I know earlier this morning we had a comment about, I can see the new shirts now. Mega is weird.
Yeah,
LOL.
MAGA is weird, huh? They're trying to put MAGA and J.D. Vance the ticket and make them weird, and that's kind of the buzzword they're really hitting, and all the media has picked up on it. All in unison. They do that all the time. They're pretty good at it.
Someone else had pointed out in the paper today, the U of I professors are asking Julia Reitz to drop all charges against demonstrators. It's part of learning the process for snowflakes that there are no consequences for your actions.
It's like no consequences for illegal behavior. They want it excused for now and the future. So if you do something later, it's okay. It's just, I know that's not going to happen. Okay, so yeah, I'm positive the U of I is not going to acquiesce to this one. I'm 100% sure on that one. Okay, so Peacock is carrying the Olympics. If you subscribe to Peacock, you can watch any game, any gym, anybody.
Okay.
You have a choice, so you can watch the men's basketball this afternoon at 2, women's basketball, whatever you select. So Peacock is also, I guess, part of the NBC family. Whatever that is, you pay for it, and then you can be selective and say, I want to see the Ukrainians, and I want to see what they're doing. So you can actually pick a menu.
Interesting.
Yeah, didn't know that. Thank you, David, for that.
Going on through August 11th.
I have not commented on Sonia Massey. This is the woman in Springfield that inexplicably was shot by a police officer. I do know the damage done to law enforcement when people do this. Remember the George Floyd, the guy's laying on his neck, right? You going to teach him a lesson? It just, what it did to the profession of law enforcement is a killer. It just hurts us so bad because all police are garbage. It's not true, but you do have some bad ones.
In fact, Ben Crump has stepped in and was part of the news conference on July 22nd representing Massey's family. Speaking to reporters and others, he's represented families of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Trayvon Martin, just to name a few.
I mean, it just, you have to be, I think if you get hired to Champaign, isn't it like a 1-year process? You go through counseling, people check everything. And maybe they didn't vet this guy hard enough for inexplicably shot this woman 3 times. And I don't know what threat she was to him.
So she was moving a hot boiling pot of water, and I guess he thought that he was going to get burned if she threw it on him.
You grab your taser, right? She's unarmed, she's standing there. I don't know.
There was a brief exchange over that pot of water, according to what we're seeing from the report here, and the sheriff's deputy, Sean Grayson, ended up shooting her.
Person is not trained well, whatever it is. It's awful.
But the final words that she spoke, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, has definitely set a trend, especially...
Well, do we have the information of what led up to that? Is that in the video? Why she would say that? What did he say to make her say that?
Right.
And if she just said it out of the blue, you don't shoot him. You just say, ma'am, I just wanted to check. You called us about an intruder.
And I feel like she was moving the pot of water when I saw this come up on the news story and was watching. But, this woman, biblical scholar, is saying every person raised in a certain kind of church knows the power and gravity of those words. Those words are said when facing evil. someone has walked through your door and could soon take your life. She's saying that's why she spoke those words. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
And again, she called because she thought there was an intruder. They showed up. They're in the house. I presume, I don't know what they're talking about. We don't have any audio and all that. What led up to this? Why you would pull a trigger on somebody like that? She's in like her nightgown. Mm-hmm. Anyway, horrible, horrific, bad, and it causes such damage to the business of law enforcement and how critical they are and how 99% are just really, really good.
Yep.
But it takes one to really, really, really hurt everybody. So it's such a shame and so sad. 8:44, one more sports and weather before we leave you.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
All right, you check your sports headlines. Tommy Pham was playing for the Chicago White Sox, and he was traded to the St. Louis Cardinals, who had an actual audience and a crowd. Yeah, that's how Tommy felt.
Welcome back to St. Louis,
Yeah,
Tommy.
unbelievable.
A grand slam was it.
First at bat, back with the Cardinals.
With the bases full, 2 down. The 2-2 pitch to Tommy Pham is swung on, and there's a drive. Deep right center field, way back. It's a grand slam. Welcome back, Tommy Pham. A grand slam pinch home run. How about that? Light up the night.
A great call.
Nice.
Great call, John Rooney.
I got some goosebumps on that one. Heard here on ESPN 93.5 as St. Louis went on to beat Texas 8-1. There's a 1:15 start as that series continues, and boy, they have some momentum coming into that game. Not so much, though, with the Cincinnati Reds Chicago Cubs series. 6-3 with the Reds on top. It's a 6:10 start with Kyle Hendricks on the mound. You'll hear the action over on US 105.9. USA leading the medal count with 26, then France has 20, and Great Britain with 16. Go Team USA as the Olympics continue in Paris until August 11th.
All right, 8:48. Greg's weather next. Might get some rumble, thumble. We might have to be careful here on some of the stuff headed our way, perhaps. Stand by.
Get the rock star treatment at Golden Nugget Danville and jam out with your cut of up to $400,000 every Saturday through the end of August. One lucky winner will be selected every half hour from 4 to 11 p.m. to spin and win up to $1,000 cash. Earn entries now through August 31st. Not valid for any participant of the Illinois Gaming Board statewide voluntary self-exclusion program. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Urbana Park District's tradition is back this summer with their free Neighborhood Nights concerts between 6:30 and 8 at a different park each week with a different band. I'm Diane Ducey, your MC from Stevie Jay Broadcasting. The Park District will take care of you with free popcorn, lemonade, and water. Meet different groups and friends. Enjoy the great music every Wednesday, 6:30 to 8 at different parks throughout the summer. Find out more about Neighborhood Nights at urbanaparks.org.
This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Political news is sure to dominate the headlines in 2024, adding uncertainty to the markets. This makes a disciplined investment strategy even more critical to achieving your long-term goals. To assure your investments are aligned with your objectives, contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Stevie Jay here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and Van Saturday, and going to be an active round of weather this morning, back in this afternoon, and again for the day tomorrow. Series of disturbances advancing along the eastern flank of that heat wave weather pattern lurking to the west and south, and a surge of humidity and dew points as well. Heads up accordingly. So, with that in mind, a hot and humid afternoon, but not before. A couple of rounds of showers and thunderstorms this morning. Could be locally heavy and severe, and some heavy downpours and a rush of wind. Later today, the highs up around 90. Tonight, a couple of showers and thunderstorms this evening, and again after midnight, once again a heavier locally severe storm. Can't be ruled out. Low down to 75. Tomorrow, hot, humid, partly sunny. A couple of thunderstorms in spots for the morning, more so for the afternoon. Highs around 90. Still some shower and thunderstorm business morning and afternoon on Friday. Temperatures ease down. Humidity stays up. A Friday high at 83. Then finally quieter weather. Humidity down a little bit for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Daytime readings in the mid to upper 80s. Nights in the 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
When your pipes are in a pinch and your drains are feeling the strain, who do you call? The plumbing pros, of course. At Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, they're your reliable partners in all things plumbing. From leaky faucets to clogged drains, they can get any problem you have cleaned up and taken care of. Their licensed plumbers are on call 24/7, ready to swoop in and save the day whenever a plumbing emergency strikes. Don't let a plumbing problem ruin your day. Call at 217-841-4728 or visit them online at dogtownheatingandair.com. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Tavis Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
All right, well, we're watching the weather a little bit. Hopefully nothing severe. So we'll keep our eyes on it. The skies look like they might be moving our way to some rain and thunderstorms and warnings and stuff. So, all right, we will return with you tomorrow. John Decker, Great Television's White House correspondent, who joins us on Thursdays. We get the lay of the land. Kamala Harris expected to pick a vice presidential candidate within the next 1 to 4 days for sure by August 7.
Okay.
But they got a whole week planned with Kamala and her new vice presidential candidate. And Josh Shapiro seems to be getting a lot of buzz. This Tim, what's his name, Waltz from Minnesota, governor of Minnesota. Pete Buttigieg's been mentioned. Buttigieg. So.
Is there Roy Cooper?
He's out. Okay. Roy Cooper, North Carolina, pulled out.
All right.
Said don't want to be considered anymore. And J.B. Pritzker's pictured this morning as one of the possible candidates. Haven't heard any buzz about it. Gretchen Whitmer, governor of Michigan, is in the mix, I guess. Anyway, we'll see. They don't generally vote for a vice president, but we'll see how she can balance it. The really interesting dynamic of Kamala right now is there are at least 6 to 8 flip-flops from now supporting ICE. You used to want to abolish ICE. That's the border people.
Okay.
Single-payer health care. She's not for that anymore. And the mandatory buyback of your AR-15, no, I don't support that.
Oh.
Yeah. And the border, secure, it's all good. Just a lot of different things. That fracking, all good. Thumbs
To
up.
someone who's just looking up, this is new information.
Yeah,
though,
no,
Stevie.
I know it is. So she's for fracking, which she was against fracking. Maybe she's also against banning straws because she was against straws, plastic straws, ban them.
Okay.
So that's good news for the soft drink people.
Nice.
Restaurants. Because paper straws melt and trying to have a paper
At
straw.
217-359-2255, our Fisher National Bank text line, Christopher Morel homered in his first game with Tampa Bay.
Well,
was texted
maybe
in.
he feels free too.
Thank you, Mark.
Out of Chicago, last
darn it.
place Cubs. He goes to the American League, and he's only 25 years old. Christopher Morel, I think, led the Cubs in home runs last year or something.
see.
So he's a good young player.
Okay.
But sometimes a new scenery helps. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow.
Enjoy the day.
That is Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. We appreciate you very much. Thank you for listening. No drive today because the Cardinal game begins at 1:15. Thanks for listening, and have a great Wednesday.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Looking for the best deal on your next vehicle? Visit Sarah Champagne, where your dream car awaits. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, they've got it all. Their unbeatable prices and exceptional customer service make car buying a breeze. Plus, with their hassle-free financing options, driving off in your new ride has never been easier. Sarah Champagne, Honda, BMW, Subaru, Buick, GMC. Visit them today. Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, Champagne.com.
Love calzones? Jet's Pizza in Champaign is offering their calzone-style boats for just $8.99. Available online only at jetspizza.com with code C1. All of their boats typically feed 2 people. Just apply coupon code C1 at checkout to take advantage of the deal. Your deli boat of choice or one-topping jet boat for $8.99. Pickup or delivery. Jets. Better because it has to be.
Attention all truck drivers looking for a new opportunity with great pay and amazing benefits. Gale Frericks Trucking has got you covered. Join their team, receive a $4,000 sign-on bonus. That's right, $4,000 just for coming on board. Plus, enjoy a $1,200 gross weekly pay guarantee. Drive their state-of-the-art Freightliner Cascadia trucks equipped with a revolutionary system designed to reduce weight and downtime. Get home every weekend and some nights during the week with paid vacations and holidays. They offer company-sponsored health insurance and all the benefits you deserve. Regional drivers get first priority. Don't wait. Apply in person at Dedicated Diesel, 1313 Triumph Drive, Urbana, or call Tim at 765-505-1295. That's 765-505-1295. Start your journey today with Gale Frericks Trucking. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. If you're looking for a great job, Spring Green is looking for you. Full-time, benefits and overtime, outside all day, work independently. How about full health insurance and a chance at matching funds for your 401k? Yes, Spring Green, your neighborhood lawn care team, serving all over Central Illinois. It's a great job, and if you're interested, connect with S. Imke, SIMMKE at spring-green.net. S. Imke at spring-green.net. PDR Automotive has now been serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 50 years. To give you some perspective, 50 years ago ended the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. So what does that mean for you and your vehicle? Whether you need a carburetor overhauled or your new vehicle computer system diagnosed or programmed, PDR Automotive has the experienced, knowledgeable staff that can handle all your automotive needs. Online at pdrauto.com, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Rising costs of goods, unpredictable weather, and seasonal depression got you feeling down? Let Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing brighten your winter blues. Dogtown is offering $1,000 off any Bradford Whitewater heater, Rinnai tankless water heater, or Bosch mini split unit when you buy a Lennox home comfort system. No gimmicks, no hidden fees, just $1,000 in savings when you call Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, 217-841-4728. Offering 0% financing options for qualifying applicants. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana.